me about how this started. You said this is the third generation.
Well, we're actually got our fourth generation. My niece and nephew are in the business too. But yeah, as my grandfather started the business, it was originally a resale business with garage sale items and that. And my dad and his brother, they were into cars as just a hobby. And eventually that hobby turned into the auto museum as you see it today, and the retail business turned into our antique mall. So it just kind of grew from there.
So it's a antique mall slash car dealership, sort of, kind of, slash auto museum.
That's right. Slash family attraction. We got other stuff that's not car related out there too.
Yeah. Slash ice cream parlor.
Yeah.
Sold! Herbie the Love Bug. An old Lotus Esprit that apparently was driven by Richard Gere and Julia Roberts from Pretty Woman fame, and of course a modded Camaro. These are just some of the cars that you can check out and buy right here at the Volo Auto Museum. It's not just a museum, it's also a pretty cool car dealership. So how many cars do you have in the collection?
We usually have about 350 cars on display.
Wow, and how many cars do you have for sale?
Probably about 200 to 250 of them are actually for sale.
Wow. So how does that work? How do you decide which cars to keep, which cars to sell?
The cars that are for sale are the manufacturer built cars. The stuff that we keep for the museum are the more unique stuff that you can't go to a car show and see. The TV and movie car collection is a big part of it. And we have a lot of celebrity owned cars. And then we also have our Duesenberg collection over there, as well too.
Yeah, well, it was like a half a dozen Duesenbergs. That's pretty impressive. So what makes the Volo Auto Museum unique is, well, that it's not just auto museum. It's also a military museum. It's a car dealership and an antiques mall. So when you come here, you can buy antiques, buy old cars, and check out this Sultan, a British military vehicle that's still being used today. Hey Emmy, here's the thing. Actually a Volkswagen thing. And for just $11,998, Emmy, this can be yours. Emmy loves these cars, and here's one for sale. 1974, all original. How cool is that? Tell me about the military stuff. Where does that come from too?
The military we put in mainly as an attraction. We like to have we like variety, something for everybody. So if a family comes here, they might not like everything that's here, but they're gonna like something that's here. So the military was just another source of different variety.
All right, and tell me about the Duesenbergs. How did you get such a huge collection? I mean, a half a dozen Duesenbergs is a lot of doozies.
Yeah, well, that was just something my dad really enjoyed. He kind of went on a spree, wanted one of every different body style. So, got the Phaetons, the Roadsters, the Boat Tail.
It's an expensive hobby.
Yeah.
We were just over at the Clive Cussler collection in Denver, and he's also into this kind of the 30s cars.
Right.
So talk about the classic car collection that you have here.
Well, we do have a full showroom that's designated to pre-1950s cars, and they're all for sale too. There's a lot of the collector car dealerships around here, they pretty much sell the muscle cars, the 57 Chevys. Nobody really does the real old cars. They don't sell as great because that generation is gone. So we do very well with them because, like I said, there's not a lot of competition with the real old cars.
Interesting. What's your favorite car here? What's the one, if you had to save one, if the place was burning down, what would that be?
Oh boy, we've got a car that was used in the movie The Cat in the Hat.
Really?
It was a horrible movie. I mean, the movie was horrible, but the car is so unique. I mean, it's like part airplane, part boat, part car, and it's just a work of art. I mean, it's something that you could park in your living room just as art.
Now, when I was a kid, the Smokey and the Bandit Firebirds were kind of more for show than for go, but back in the 70s, there wasn't a lot of power in cars. Now they're hugely popular. And if you are into Burt Reynolds and Smokey and the Bandit for just $23,000, $998, this can be yours. And is there one car you can point your finger on that's like the original car that started this collection that your grandfather, right, was that's still here?
That it's not still here, yeah. But there was a Chrysler. I forget what the model was, but it's like Chrysler from the 30s was their actual first car.
How about the one that's here? What's like one of the original ones from that original time?
None of them.
Really? You can just come to those, yeah.
Up until, I mean, we've always been a car dealership, so everything's been for sale up until, recently, more recent years that we've kept cars. Like our Hollywood collection, we bought the Knight Rider, the General Lee, and the Batmobile. That was in the early 90s, and I'd say those are the cars that are, the ones that have been here the longest.
Yeah, it'd be hard to get now.
Yeah.
And what's your personal favorite? Where do you kind of, you were telling me on the way here that if you had to work at a dealership, regular dealership, you wouldn't like it, but...
If I worked at a Chevy dealership and every car was a cookie cutter, the same thing, it'd drive me nuts. Well, that's what's great about these old cars. They all have different stories. It's not so much about the actual piece of machinery. It's where's the car been? What kind of history it has? What kind of memories does it bring back for you? I mean, that's the the intriguing part of the car.